Thanks for tuning in to a new season of Phatz Corner, Season 2. Today I have the very pleasure of interviewing my brother, David Price.
What's good?
Thanks for coming on, David.
Hey, it's my pleasure, man. I was excited to be coming up here today. I was like, I got that interview today. I make sure it was on my calendar. Make sure your calendar's good. We still on. How many times I hit you up this week? Like, we still good? We still good? We still good? Okay. Just making sure.
It's been so long. We've been knowing you. We just was talking about it.
Yeah,
I've been down here 10 years and almost the whole 10
I
years.
think I've known you for the entire 10 years.
Yeah.
And I was just, reminiscing about talking about your growth as a designer, as an entrepreneur, as a person, and it's been a pleasure to be a part of it. I really enjoyed seeing the results of your growth. Matter of fact, I was going through some stuff in my wife's closet, and I was like, this is an old Phatz garment. Yeah, you can tell this is some old work. Good gracious. Dang. Yeah, it's nice, but his stuff now way, way better.
Yeah, it's been a long road, but I love it. Just everything's coming to like just a whole circle now. A decade. That's
10 years down here in Atlanta doing your thing, and it's been like I said, we've taken road trips together to Rochester. We done been to Carolinas together, Tennessee. I've been. It's been a pleasure to travel around with you and capture your style and the models that you bring on and that you've helped bring up and all your fashion designs. It's been a pleasure to travel around with you, bro.
Thank you. Can't wait. Year 10, we get ready to have something different in store. I was just saying something earlier today, so we got some major stuff in store.
That's awesome. I can't wait for the next 10 to see what we're going to keep doing, keep climbing, keep grinding.
Definitely. So how long have you been in photography in this field?
Okay, y'all. Get your calculators out. The year was our Lord, 1980. Yeah, 1980. My oldest brother was in the Air Force, and during his travels, he was in Japan with his air crew. I think they were on the C5 or something. They were in Japan, and he bought a Yashica FX3. Was my very first camera back in 1980. And I started taking pictures, and I was messing up film. My mama, being a good supportive parent, she developed my film. She's like, baby, mama can't afford you taking bad pictures. Mama can't afford to get this film developed. No, we're not. So, and I kept taking, and I was running around the neighborhood just capturing all sorts of different types of images. And this old gentleman would sit on his front stoop and watch us and watch me. And one day he called me over. He was like, I need to talk to you, son. I'm like, oh, damn, I was on that man's grass or something. I'm in trouble. I need to talk to your mama. Oh, he want to talk to my mama. Turns out he was a Vietnam War correspondent photographer. And he saw that I was always out there with my camera, and he took the time to teach me how to use my camera. And my mom was like, baby, sir, I can't afford to pay you. He's like, I see his desire to learn. I don't have any children of my own. I'm going to pour it into him. So he poured into me, and that's why, a lot of people think that I'm overly cocky or something. No, it ain't got nothing to do with that. If I see you doing something incorrectly and I can help you, I'm just going, hey, try this, try that, or this might help you, or this might help you do this. Come and see me. I'll gladly work with you. I in that sentence, did you hear me say anything about money?
No, not at all.
Nothing about money. Just because I can't take this with me when I go. If it's not, somebody hasn't gotten it from me, it's lost to the ether. That's why my son's a photographer. That boy's had a camera in his hand since he was 5. Now he's won multiple national awards for his photography. And I'm just like, that's my boy.
That's how it's supposed to be.
So, I've been doing photography professionally. I started my first business in 1999. I was in Europe, and I started a photography. Everybody they always saw me taking pictures. Man, come on, take a picture of this group. Take a picture. And somebody was like, you want to do a wedding for me? I'm like, a wedding? I've never shot a wedding before. What could go wrong? I'll mess up your wedding. That's going to go wrong. But he's like, man, I've seen you all the way over, always around with your camera. It's just another event. It's special to us, but to you, it's just another event. That's what I try to tell a lot of wedding photographers. It's just another event. If you know your gear, it's another day. It's their special day, but you know what you're doing, so what you worried about? Too easy.
But that's the problem. You got a lot of them that don't know what they're doing or just starting out. They come out today and they be like, I'm a photographer. And then it's like, it's so crazy. Because honestly, I said to people, I'm not even going to, I said on air, when I tell people, I be like, I like to work with David. I got my special picks in here, but you're always my go-to person. I said, I already know what I'm getting. I said, I don't even got to look at the picture. I already know how the picture's coming out. I said, when I get David, that's it.
You know, I tell everybody that works with me to please go and venture out and try other photographers, especially models. Go see another photographer. But remember the things that I've told you, and when you come back, you can appreciate it more. Because I pour my heart into this. This isn't, for me, this is not just I can make some money. If I made a couple dollars, cool. But I'd rather to see the smile on the client's face, the joy when they see that. Like, oh, you know how many times I've had the mamas, oh my God, oh baby. I'm like, thank you, now. Because you capture that. If you know how to work your gear and your light, it's a process. It's not just, push a button. Picture clicked. There's so much more to photography than most people even understand. And a lot of people don't want to take the time to learn. And now with the onset of YouTube University, there's no excuse. There is no excuse not to be. If you want to be a good photographer, YouTube will teach you.
Definitely will.
But like my another good photographer friend of mine, Paul Posey, we preach quickly. Michael Jordan didn't just show up and say, hey, coach, my name's Mike. I'm the greatest there ever was, and he ain't been to practice once. So if you're not practicing with your camera, if you say you're a professional, you haven't taken a picture all week, you're wrong. You're wrong. I don't care if it's of your dog. I used to wake up in the middle of the night. My wife, and I sneak downstairs, and she'd be like, I'm trying not to wake up, sneaking out of bed. Okay, I know it's 2 o'clock, and she got to get up and work, but I got this idea in my head. And I go down to my studio, and I had mannequins, and I set my mannequins up, change my lightings around, and I try to be quiet as possible. Next thing you know, Adrian becomes sneaking. Baby, what are you doing? Well, since you up, I got this concept in my head, and I thought I got to work it out. So give me 30 minutes, baby. Come on, 30 minutes. And I figured it out. And then once I got that concept down in my head, I could then introduce it to my clients because I practiced it. I don't just show up in front of my clients, okay, I'm going to try something new, and I hope it works. These people are giving you money. So practice at home. Point, yeah. Practice before you show up to the game. You can't show up on game day talking about, I don't know what I'm doing. You got to practice. Practice. Did I say you got to practice? Practice.
That's one good thing to tell that they need to learn, because a lot of the photographers don't really know that. They are just everywhere. I had some experiences. So I'll leave it right there.
I know you have. Bless your heart. You have such a heart of gold. You be trying to give them a chance, and I be like, a lot of your models be like, wait, Dave, you not gonna be there? I'm booked that day, and Phatz needed it done, so he got to go with somebody else. They be like, I guess so. Like, it's gonna turn out okay. We gonna work it out. Well, we gonna see, but I feel more comfortable if you were there. Well, sometimes schedules just don't line up. It is what it is.
Yeah, because the models, they be hyped. As soon as they be like, I got a photo shoot going on, they be like, okay. They don't really sitting there. So I said, David going to be a photographer. Oh, yeah, I want to do it. Everybody volunteering.
I love that one photo shoot we did at the pool and everything, and everybody wanted their pictures. I'm like, Phatz, tell them no. So you cannot have these pictures. I need these pictures for marketing purposes. Now, if y'all got them, I finished with them, y'all can have them. But I need them first. But you being the good guy you are, tell them to call me. I'll tell them no. I don't mind telling you no. You can't have no. Go away. Come back later.
Them pictures were, oh my God, y'all should have seen them pictures. They was fire. The way Brooke looked, the way
Brooke killed it.
Ashley looked, the way that Dad, all of them did good, but them was the ones that stuck out in my head just the way they.
That one picture, I got a Deb sitting on the side. That picture was, man, look, as a photographer, you put your gear at danger. I almost dropped my camera in the pool. My cameras ain't no under $500 cameras. Hell, I don't even, that's just my lights, $500. Then the lens, man, but to get that shot, I'll do what it takes. Just got to be careful with it. Mm-hmm. But them shots, man, I still have some of them in the vault that I go back and as technology morphs and we get more tools and more creative tools, I'm like, you know what? I got the raws of them. Let me go back and look at me go. Yes, yes.
So it's gonna be good because we got the part 2 coming up soon, and you're our photographer right there. Part 2 coming up November the 1st. So
Yep. We're gonna rock that out. We're gonna make it happen. Do what it do.
it's just an exciting experience. So outside of photography, that's still your main just photography is the main, like, do you do anything else? I mean, like, letting our audience know. I know, like, a lot of people in the field industry, they do like some of everything. But do you do anything else like acting or anything?
I've been asked multiple times to get in front of the camera. I'm like, no. I said no. And finally I'm relenting and Saga, I know everybody knows who Saga Boss is.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of my brothers, and he called me up. He's like, David, I need you, bro. He's going to school for cinematography. He's like, I gotta film a movie, and I got the perfect part for you. I got this old grumpy, this disheveled veteran. I said, sign me up, bro. I'll play the part. He said, just be who you are. Yes, I'm a veteran, retired Army, 25 years of running and gunning and having funning. So, yeah, it's easier to talk about where I wasn't stationed than where I was. I've been around the world at least 3-4 times. So, yeah, and that's going to be fun. Whenever he's ready, life be lifing.
Yeah.
So I ain't going to tell y'all nothing that y'all don't already know. Life be lifing. And, we set it up, and then got to coordinate with people's schedules, because the industry, a lot of the brothers are busy. We be all trying to get together. Hey, man, let's go out and just have a beer together. Oh, man, I'm on set that night. Or I got to be on this and that. I got to be. It's just hard for us all to get together in one place. And that's what we're running into right now for this filming project. But we're going to pull it off. I have faith in him.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I just spoke to him like about 2 or 3 days ago. So I know y'all will. I can't wait to see it. Because
it's going to be fun.
Some of his stuff that he do, oh, my God. I love it. It's
funny. Speaking of Saga, he was, when I first met him, he was doing photography. I didn't know this.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was dealing with, I can't remember the girl's name. But anyway, she had set up a photo shoot for the fellas that were in her crew. And this is when I first was introducing myself to Atlanta. Like I said, I've been doing photography since 1980. But I moved to Atlanta in 2014.
Oh, you came right before me then.
I retired in I sent my children up here in 2013, and I finished my duty in Fort Stewart, and then once I got out of the Army, May of 2014, I moved to Atlanta. And, I just show up at different shows. I'd be looking around, see what's going on, and I heard somebody looking for a photographer. I said, hey, I'll come out and be your photographer, on Facebook. And I'm not going to charge because I'm trying to introduce myself. Mm-hmm. And Saga was a photographer. And he saw me start unpacking my gear and setting up. He took his camera and went just put my camera down, see what this man doing, because he got a lot of stuff going on over here. And then after he saw the picture, he's like, David, I thought I was doing something with photography, but bruh, can I come over and just talk with you about how you do what you do, when you do? I said, bro, you more than welcome to. I got to pass this along to somebody. And he took to the advice that I gave him. He was like, man, I appreciate that. You have no idea. You just upped my game tenfold with just this couple hours.
That's the main thing. It's all about teaching the next person. A lot of people don't want to accept it, like a constructive criticism. I said like that, and then just to improve. I love constructive. I said I'd be always getting it.
Constructive criticism.
But I love it because that's the only thing that's going to help you to grow.
Yeah.
Because if you don't understand, a lot of people don't understand that. They just be like, oh, they hating, they jealous of that. I'm gonna accept it because I know that I can grow.
Man,
but people don't know that. People
don't
understand
realize that you have room for growth. Even at my stage of life as a seasoned photographer, I'm always willing to, oh, that's dope. I like that picture. Let's talk about the mechanics of it. How'd you work that out? What was that? Boom. I love that. And I can learn, I still even learn some things from the younger photographers. A lot of them, I've been told, oh, you just hating, old man. You're cute. I've forgotten more about photography than you know, but I'll let you alone. And Adrian used to tell me all the time, baby, you can't help everybody. Yeah. You can't help, but I have a helping heart. and I want to help. But if you don't want my help, I will surely back up. And when you fall back, oh shit, that look like it hurt. Well, let me keep on doing what I'm doing. I tried to stop you from hitting your head on that wall, but that's what you want to do. Do you? Too easy.
That's wild, but that's how they gotta learn though. Yeah, once they gotta fall for the learn. Honestly,
Sometimes it beats like that.
Because some people need that because if they don't, because me, if you don't ever fall, you're not gonna learn. You're gonna always think, "Oh, I'm right. Everything I do, I'm right.
Everything
I'm
I got is good." No, it's not. And on Facebook, people were like, "Hey, why don't you join this photography group?" A couple of my photographer buddies and invited me to different photography groups. Mm-hmm. And I see some of the work some of the people putting up in there. Oh my God! I'm like, "Oh, and you charge somebody for this?" Like the other night, a couple of weeks ago, I was at a football game. A cheer mom they were having homecoming, and they asked me to come out and take pictures for them. And she'd been one of my clients for years, and I've watched her daughter grow from a 5-year-old up to she's a senior now. I'm like, yeah, I will come out there. She's like, David, I know you expense. I said, baby, don't worry about how much it's going to cost. We'll talk about that later. But I would gladly be out there. And as I'm in the stands, I'm about to throw some price points at you. I got my $5,000 camera on my hip, or $4,999.95. So you round up if you like. And I got my lenses, and I got my other body. I got 70 to 200 lens. I got the 150 to 600 lens. And this kid's up in the stands with his kit camera. He has just a basic body. And I wasn't ear hustling, but I was listening to him and his friend talk about how he ain't getting paid yet. And I'm like, what are you doing to get paid? You still run around with that's the same camera that the client could go buy. Most clients don't want to go out and buy $5,000 for a camera.
Not at
another
all.
$3,000 for a lens, then another $3,000 for another lens, and then another and the lights and my flash. You got just the camera with the kit lens, and you think you should be paid. And that's what I don't understand is why do you think you should be paid for mediocrity? That's mediocre. They can do that with their cell phone.
Yeah, you could just get somebody to go do that. That's the crazy thing. A lot of people don't understand that they'll diminish your reputation because they want to be known or be seen.
You haven't put in the time. He said I heard him, I've been doing this for 2 years. I'm like, oh, that's so cute.
You know we should have something more than that.
I said, that's cute. 2 years and you haven't bought another lens yet? Okay. So, it is what it is. You got to grow in the industry, find your mentor. And I'm about to start, matter of fact, I'm talking to some gentlemen, and we're going to try to get into the areas of Atlanta that a lot of men are missing, and we're going to stand up and be those big brother, big sister type things. See if we can help make a change in our community here in the Atlanta metro area. That hit me hard this morning. Mm. I'm empty nester. I ain't got no kids at home. Oh, my youngest is 21. So I'm like, kind of miss kids around. Did I get my grandkids over for a couple hours? Yep, y'all get y'all asses on.
You just hey, man,
come get your babies. No, that's not what Daddy doing. But to watch them grow has been joyful too. Anyway.
But that's what a lot of the guys need here in Atlanta, because it's like you got some of them. I'm not gonna say it's not a father figure or a figure. They are just running the streets. And it's like they don't really see any kind of potential what they can do. So if you give them a potential, show them a picture of what they can do, just to try and help them a little bit, that could help some of them.
And that's where we want to give them, because the guys that I'm talking to about creating such a group, we're all artists, visual artists, a lot of photographers, a couple of cinematographers, and we're trying to give some of the, if they want to get creativity out of their bodies and let them express themselves, help them make a little short movie about what their life is like. Like I've seen some areas and they're like, "You not scared to go there with your camera?" I'm like, "Scared of what? I got a gun too." I mean, pew pew. But a lot of times they see us out there. "Hey, you good, Unc? You want me to watch your back?" Yeah, man. Here you go be about security. Here's $20. They just want. A lot of them just want to see what I'm doing. They want some of that creativity. And they're like, "Man, that's cool." "Oh, yeah, where's your mom at?" "Oh, mama's at work." I was down on off of Boulder Crest, And I was doing a video for my nephew. He's a rapper, and he wanted the hood scene. I'm like, well, let's ride. He's like, do we need security? I said, boy, please. I ain't worried about that. And, especially if they feel your energy, like, how they call us now? Unk.
Yeah.
We the unks.
Yeah. I remember that the new models. Hey, Uncle, thanks for giving me the advice. I'm like, dang, I had to think about it for a minute. That's why I guess I got grace. So I guess
who's your mama? Is she my sister? What's your mama name?
Like 3 or 4 of the new guy models called me that. They be like, hey, Uncle. I be like, I said, dang, y'all, this is something y'all passing around the group. Just call me Uncle.
You're getting old, bro. I'm just saying, we're getting old. It is what it is.
I'm still 21.
I'm glad you had that today because it's your show. When you come to the house, I'm gonna talk about you. 21.
I told my son that. He said, if you 21 now, I must be down near 12.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I'm looking forward to coming back out. This is my coming back out move in Atlanta. I've experienced a tragedy. My beautiful wife, she succumbed to her fight with cancer. Colorectal cancer sucks. Get checked. If y'all scared, don't worry about it. They put you to sleep and they do that colonoscopy. You're not awake. You are tapped out. It's over before you know it. The worst part of getting a colonoscopy was the cleansing stuff. Because, boy, don't be too far from a toilet. Don't do it. You'd be embarrassed. Walking to the Jimmy. Okay. So stay at home and cleanse yourself out, and then go get a scope. It could save your life.
Definitely can.
Because my wife was 43. She had just turned 43 when the onset of colorectal cancer hit. And her last words to me, she's like, baby, I'm not even 50 yet. She fought for 4 long years. She was 47. She said, I'm not even 50 yet, baby. I was like, I know, but we lived a life. And I miss you dearly, so, hey. But we're going to be all right. She watches over me. She making sure I'm good.
Yeah, she definitely do.
But I'm coming back, y'all. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Okay, I'm behave. I'm behave.
So from speaking with the, I know you're looking at what the program you're looking at getting to do. What would you tell the young kids, young guys, young ladies are watching now about just, what would you tell them if they said, they came to you and said, I want to be a photographer? Like, what kind of advice would you tell them how to get started with doing it? Not like the guy that had the camera.
Well,
I mean, like if somebody that don't have anything.
Well, if you don't have anything, and a lot of people have cell phones. Like one of my nephews, he's a cell phone photographer for the ages. This boy's good with it. I mean, he loves taking nature pictures, and he see a flower, he'll stop, or he'll see a spider web, and he'll stop and he got one of them iPhones and zoom in and get all close up, and his mom be like, this boy was a damn spider. When you finish taking pictures of it, knock the web down. I don't want that scene. That's his mama. But just take pictures. If that's what you want to do, keep taking pictures. Keep taking pictures. Keep taking pictures. And then once you've mastered that with a cell phone, if you don't have any money, you can talk to your parents. Go to the pawn shop.
True.
Get a nice little point and shoot from the pawn shop. Point shoot camera, take pictures, and that can help you elevate your game. Learn how to use that camera. Then there's steps, there are levels to this. You can't just jump in the deep end and can't swim because you're gonna drown.
Definitely.
So if you walk into the pool of photography from the shallow end and then start learning as you walk in, okay, this is how you do a breaststroke, this is how you do a crawl stroke, blah, 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 you start swimming well. Then you can go down to the bottom of the deep end and come back up for air and then go back down with these expensive lights and cameras and gear, all the gear that we use. Setting up for a photo shoot, I know a lot of photographers that like to use natural light. Nothing wrong with natural light. Nothing wrong with natural light photography. Just using the sun or whatever light source is in the room. There's nothing wrong with that. But once you learn how to control your lights, that elevates your game to another level.
Definitely.
You know what light does what, how light interacts with your subject. And you don't even have to buy lights. Get a reflector. Matter of fact, my son came over, he needed a reflector, and he's like, Dad, I need a special color reflector. I'm like, what the hell you want me to do? you gonna help me make one? You'll figure it out. So he got some foil. He went and got some Dollar Tree aluminum foil, built a box, carved it out, and aluminum foil on the inside with hot glue gun, and he made the reflector that he needed. He's like, don't worry about it. I got it, Dad. I knew you would. I knew you'd figure that out, kiddo. You got them skills. And, you know, as a parent, one of my things with my wife, I used to tell her, I'm not going to, after a certain age of 10, that was my cutoff, I don't tell my children what to think. I used to try to help them learn to think.
Yeah.
Well, son, you got a dilemma on your hands. What you going to do with that? I suggest you try this way, but I'm going to let you see if you're going to figure it out. And then I let them just struggle for a little bit. I ain't going to let them fall. And it's nothing that's dangerous, but I'm guiding them into the thought process. Okay, how am I going to fix this problem or this issue? Okay, boom. And now that they're adults, all the time I hear from my kids when they want to come over the house and have a drink with Dad, and they usually bring a bottle because everybody over 21. So I'll be empty-handed. Yeah, man.
I wanted to give you a little something as a thank you for coming on the show today. I use the new bags that we have.
A thank you bag. Tickets to Magic City. Boy, you the best. You the best. Y'all come on the Phatz Show and get you some tickets to Magic City.
Get some chicken wings.
That's why I'm going. That's the only reason I'll be there, because I heard they got the best chicken wings in Atlanta. Oh, my brother. Oh, I appreciate this. Nice. Oh, yeah. Man, look at here, look at here. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You know, I'm working with a young designer. You know, he wants to create his own clothing line. He's my son. I'm throwing him out there. Marcus. He's my youngest son. And, you know, he's an EMT. He's a licensed paramedic. He's finishing up paramedic school. He's doing his clinicals now. But he's like, I want to do my own clothing line. And he's been working on this design since he was in the 8th grade.
Oh, wow.
And he used to bring it to me all the time, like, what do you think about this, Dad? That's garbage. No. See, look at, no. I don't even like it. Nope. And he's like, huh? But the wife would be like, oh, baby, that's awesome. I'm like, that's garbage. That's garbage. And mama hyped that praise on him. And hyped that praise on him that it's great. It's great. And I'm like, it could be better. It could be better. And now he has his line. He's like, man, I appreciate it. I look back and I could see where Mom was just giving me that love. You would give me love too, but you wanted to tell me to go back and work on it some more and improve it.
Yeah.
And now he's starting to get his T-shirts. He got a couple of hoodies. He just gave me a couple of items and asked me to do some pictures for him. So I'm about to call a model friend or two and see if I can get some, people to walk around with his hoods on and everything. And I'm very proud that he's decided to go into the fashion. He wants to be a fashion. He doesn't want to be a paramedic forever. Mm-hmm. He sees that as a end to a means to an ends. Because he make a couple dollars. Dad, you want to know how much I made this year? Not really. I really could care less. Are you comfortable? You got a car? You eating? You good? Then I don't care how much money you made. How much you make? That ain't none of your business. Mind your business, stay out of mine. But as a paramedic, he's doing well, and that's going to, afford him the opportunity to expand his clothing line.
Definitely.
And I'm going to get with you and let you see what he got. I should have brought it with me today. I wasn't thinking. Actually, I was thinking, but my mind wasn't on that. I was, worried about. I had a client this morning. I've been running all day long. And I got running to do after this. So like I said, I'm back out there. So
life of a photographer,
man,
of Atlanta's best photographer.
Well, I can hold a camera straight, y'all. As far as being one of the best, because there are a lot of great photographers in Atlanta. I ain't gonna steal nothing from them. There are a lot of great photographers in Atlanta. And if you want to be one of the greats, be with the greats. It makes sense to you? I hope it does. If you want to be one of the greats, be with the greats. Jay Sax, he's a saxophonist, and I was at the St. James Live watching him perform, and he was talking about in between songs, he was giving shout outs to his mentors, and Gerald Albright, all these big names. I'm like, oh, I didn't know you worked with Gerald. He's like, yeah. And, you know, he's the nephew of Gregory Williams, who's one of the founding members of Switch.
Okay.
Yeah. And, you know, and he was like, yeah, I was with the greats to be one of the greats, you know. So he fell in love with the horns, and they saw him playing with the saxophone. You know, they were over there visiting his uncle, and they encouraged him. They didn't discourage him. Put it down. They said, go ahead, son. Pick it up. See what you do with it. Squealing and hawking. Yeah. But he's like, he stuck
learned.
with it. And the greats said, now try this. And now do that. So you be with the greats, you'll be one of the greats. It is what it is.
That's very true advice. So how would our audience get in contact with you?
Well, I'm all over Facebook. David Price, Priceless Photos, A Family Affair. Priceless Photos, Photography, A Family Affair. 3 P's. Priceless Photos, Photography. That's where the 3 P's come from. A lot of people are like, what's 3P? Priceless Photos, Photography. Oh. But yeah, that's me. And so on Facebook and on Instagram is Priceless Photos _ And I was advised that I need to start filming the contents of some of my photo shoots and stuff and get me a YouTube channel. And so, you know, just so people can see, I guess people like to see that stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right. I thought the clients wanted to see the finished product. Okay, but I'll show you how to make the sausage. No problem. So I'm starting to do that. So I'm looking forward to a YouTube channel coming out soon.
Okay, that's what's up. So y'all heard it here first. David Price is back out there in the streets, and make sure you reach out to him. And then if you want some photographer, that's the best one to go to. I'm not hands down. That's he's the man to go to.
Email pricelessphotosaTL@gmail. You know, my website's coming back out. I'm about to relaunch my website because, you know, I took some time and handled some personal affairs for the past 5 years, but that's coming soon again, and we're going to be full throttle.
Thank you.
Full throttle.
Thank you for coming today again, bro.
It's been a pleasure.
And I want to thank y'all for tuning into another episode of Phatz Corner. This is our first episode of this season, so look out for some great new people coming up soon. Thank y'all again.
Be blessed.